Hello everybody, I'm John Evans and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Thanks for watching. Happy Monday. We're happy to have you here. It is the first Monday of the month, and that means at the end of this episode I will show you what you'll win for free just by being a subscriber to this program and commenting on this video. Next week we find out who wins the trinket that I will show you at the end of this episode. Very cool prize this month. So, a couple things. You're going to see incredible stuff. I'm looking at a thrift store haul that is would be the envy of almost any man. Starting with this, you're going to see things like this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal bowl from 1990. Cost 50 cents from the Youth Ranch in Morgantown, West Virginia. It's all profit. 50 cents? Come on. I'm going to sell it for $10 in my booth at the Antique Mall. Before we get started, I do want to remind everyone to hit the like button over here. Like the program, and also subscribe, because you cannot win if you don't subscribe to this program. So let's get going. I'm looking at an incredible variety of treasures and trinkets. Starting with this very interesting perfume bottle. I believe that's what this is. It is a very large perfume bottle. If it is, it's got this etched kind of Sputnik-y, space-agey kind of etching on there, which is what sold it. I paid $5 for this, and I'm going to get about $21 because it is, etched in a kind of a starburst situation. Next thing I found at the indoor flea market, Cumberland, Maryland, Queen City. Found these World's Fair glasses from 1964, 65 in New York. The color on these is incredible. They had 4 of them, and the designs are very cool. The designs very 60s and space agey. I like them. They were $3 each, which is not a killer price, but I'm going to try to get $8 a piece on these World's Fair. You can actually find these on eBay. I think it's a set of 8 or 12 originally. So, I mean, I think people would maybe pay $8 to put their set together if they're working on a set. I think it's very rare. I think more people would just like the design and pay $8 each for them. Next thing I found at Christian Crossing Thrift Store in Oakland, Maryland. They never disappoint, do they? Look at these kitty cat planters. These are fantastic. This kind of Siamese thing is still in vogue very much. These were $2.50 each for the pair. I'm going to ask $26 for the pair of the kitty cat. If you ever see the TV lamps with the Siamese cat with TV lamps, whoa, those still are very expensive. You can't touch those for less than $125 on up. So this is kind of in that vein, but not nearly as nice as the TV lamp. That's a side note. Next thing I found at Goodwill in Oakland, Maryland. This beautiful, it looks like an ashtray. I don't want to say for sure that it is. Could be a dish, but it's got these little divots in there, those little indentations, which screams ashtray to me. But it is hand blown. You can see on the bottom it's been kind of buffed out there. Very cool. Good color. How much? $3. That's crazy. I'm going to get 22 to 25 because it's got those bubbles. It's got those bubbles. I don't know what that technique's called, but this bubble technique is cool. Next thing I found also at Christian Crossing Thrift. This candy dish. Some people might call this a compote dish. It's a candy dish where I'm from. This is made by Fenton. A lot of people collect Fenton it's a very common kind of glass. This is not a very rare thing. I paid $3 for it. I'll probably get 26 bucks for this. But it's got that hobnail thing, and a lot of people like this. Not all Fenton has the hobnail, and not all hobnail stuff is Fenton. So commonly people people think something is Fenton if it's really not. But this is $3. I'm gonna get 26 because of that good green color. You'll notice yellow, green, good color. Next thing I found at Highland Thrift in Grantsville, Maryland. Highland Thrift. Look at that. This logo on a vintage sun tea. Yeah, sunshine tea. This is probably late 70s, early 80s. Cool logo. I paid $3 for it, which is a little on the high end, but I'm going to ask $19, and I'll think I'll get it because I've never even seen this before. Usually the sun tea containers are round, which I thought was maybe unhealthy. People were saying for a while back, don't make sun tea because it's bad for you because of the container. I don't know, it leaches plastic or something. I don't know. Who am I to judge about plastic leaching? Next thing I found at Junk and Stuff Thrift. Look at the abstract, kind of weird. This is right out of Tony Montana's house in Scarface. I mean, this would have been on an end table with this kind of rock look and a huge original shade. I paid $8 for this, and I mean, I think there is a time I wouldn't have paid $8 for this, but I can start to see that stuff like this, these coffee tables that are like this, the big chunky coffee tables with the glass top and stuff like this, it does seem to sell. I have never had this particular lamp, but I'm only asking $38. I paid $8. I'll make $30 off this lamp. Kind of does take up a lot of space to only make that much money, but didn't want to leave it there because people keep saying the 80s are going to be the next hot thing. I don't know if that's true. Now we're down to our last item, and this thing was, I knew instantly what it was, at least who made it, once I saw the wood, and I found this at Goodwill in my, like, again, quarter mile from my house. I walk in, and I see this on a shelf, on a freaking shelf. Now, as you can see, it is a clock, but if you notice the grain, there, this is called something called cedar cypress, and it's made by a company that I've referenced before and found things from them before, Witco. Witco is the company that made the furniture in Elvis's Jungle Room, and became very popular off that once people realized that all that stuff in that weird Jungle Room was Witco stuff. I guess he walked into a furniture store and picked out almost their whole line. I don't know if he bought the clock. I don't remember seeing this at Graceland, but as you can see, the paint is very faint. There's orange right there. There is kind of a harvest gold right here. But originally this was 3 colors, and it was orange, harvest gold, and white. So around the dial there, that's the colors, and it would be much more vibrant than this. So this is a situation where I am going to have to see that awesome grain I'm talking about. If you ever see this grain, Witco, a lot of the time. At any rate, there's a couple of these on eBay, or I'm sorry, Etsy. There's one for $379. And there's another one for $599. So this is a score. I haven't had a nice larger score like this. This is, if I can get the color back here and maybe take on the concept of refurbishing the paint, making it brighter, and I think you put this on eBay, you'd get $200 at least. With the only two I saw on Etsy, you know, $370, $599. These Witco, keep an eye out for this Witco stuff, because they have a big world map that's kind of a lot of people's holy grail. Definitely one of my holy grails is the Witco map. Maybe my graphics guy will throw a picture of that up. Who knows? All right, let's look at what I did. I spent $47. $47? That's crazy. When it's all said and done, through my booth, antique mall, indoor flea market, I'm looking to get $391 off 47. So $350 profit, and you can do it too. Keep watching my program. We're going to see what you're going to win potentially next week. So drum roll, please. Can I get a drum roll? One time. This is the free giveaway item. So remember, subscribe and comment, and you could win this incredible trinket box with a kind of a, she almost looks like a flapper type, you know, kind of a fashionista. That's definitely, she's got the yellow, you know, boa, but that hair line is pretty dramatic, and she's got her eyes closed. Very cool. It's ceramic. Does have a label on it too. Seems 80s to me, maybe 70s. Could be 70s, but this could be yours if you are picked from the winners next week. The incredible trinket box. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there thrifting, and remember, you guys always round up.